Honorable Fong.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for inviting us to testify today. I appreciate the chance to talk about the work that our office has done in overseeing USDA's civil rights program. The issue of civil rights and the processing of civil rights complaints has been a significant issue to us for a long time. We have issued 11 audits on a variety of issues in the program over a 10-year period, and that work is summarized in my statement. Today I want to focus on some of the recurring themes that we have seen in our reports and then discuss our most recent report. We looked at our reports over this last period of time, and we have found a number of themes that we believe are relevant to you today because we believe they identify fundamental issues in the program that need to be addressed if USDA is to move forward. These themes include the continuous internal reorganization within the Civil Rights Office that has occurred. There's turnover at both management and staff levels that has occurred. There is, in our view, a lack of effective leadership and accountability to correct reported problems that have been identified. And there is a lack of adequate management controls to track progress in achieving results. Many of these themes came out in our most recent report, which we issued about a year ago, on how USDA was addressing EEO complaints and employee accountability. And we had several key findings that I want to highlight. First, we found that civil rights had made improvements in the amount of time that it takes to process complaints, but we found that additional efforts are needed to close complaints in an acceptable time frame. For comparison's sake, in 1997, it took the department on average 3 years to process a complaint. By 2007, this had improved significantly to just under 1.5 years. But this still falls short of the EEOC's time frame. They would like federal agencies to process cases within 270 days. So USDA has a ways to go on that. In the second area, we found that civil rights had made progress in implementing CRES, the automated system that Assistant Secretary McKay referred to. This system is a good system, and when it's fully implemented, we believe it will be helpful to the department in tracking complaints and providing data for reports. We found, however, that further work is needed to ensure the accuracy of the data that's being entered into the system. For example, in 17% of the files that we looked at, the data recorded in CRES was not supported by the documents in the complaint files. So there needs to be a process to validate the accuracy of the information entered into the system. Third, we found that while civil rights had made progress in managing its physical case files, it still needed to establish adequate controls over its file room operations. We asked civil rights to review 64 complaint files as part of our review. Of the 64, the office could not locate readily 15 of the files. It took more than a month to locate 13 of them. The 14th one was never found and had to be recreated, and the 15th one was provided to us 6 months after we had requested it. As a result of our review, we made recommendations to address all of these issues, and the Office of Civil Rights has agreed to implement all of them. Where we are in conclusion is that we believe that the processing of civil rights complaints continues to be a significant management challenge for USDA. It's very important to employees and participants to get timely action on their complaints, and we appreciate the interest that you have shown in these matters. We look forward to working with you and with the Assistant Secretary, and we also want to express our appreciation to the Assistant Secretary for her cooperation in our audit. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Right. Thank you so much for your testimony, Ms. Fong. Ms. Shane.